Hi, this is challenge 13, the first challenge of the second half of this CTF from reverse security. And this one was again one that was fairly easy to solve, and I spent probably way more time than I was supposed to. But let's see the challenge. So now we have to scroll further down here and look at challenge 13, rather. 14 is coming up next. 14 is a really cool one. This is also a pretty nice challenge, and I had to ask for yet another hint from Cairo, and basically the same thing happened as with the challenge that had the flag in the header. Now I can't even remember which one was that. It was like 7 or something, and it's pretty similar to that one. So let's take a closer look at it. This challenge has the title "The New Technology is Hard," and then the text says, when starting with new languages and frameworks, it is easy to get confused and do things you shouldn't. And there's a link. You open this one up, you end up in this very simple application where you can add things to the list, and then you can clear the completed tasks. So it's a very simple to-do list type of application. Now there's not much to look at. So for example, if you look at the page source, you realize that this seems to be a React-based application. So we're dealing with an application that has most of the code running on the client side, which can be a good indication where to look for. There are multiple ways to look at this. I personally fired up a burp suit and started looking into the application and what it does. So we're going to do that, but it's actually not needed, especially now that I just looked at the source code. I realized that there's an easier way to get to the actual flag. And I have burp already running here with its browser. So I'm just going to hit the application, and we're intercepting the first request. We're going to let these ones go. This is the response. And then we see something interesting happening here. We have this socks.js node request going to the server, and some additional requests coming back. And we have here a response 101 switching protocols, and we see upgrade WebSocket here. So from this point on, we're going to look at, this is just Google API kind of thing. We're looking at WebSocket messages coming from the server to the client. So there's, I believe, 5 of them. And if you look at the WebSocket history, it's all to the direction of the client. So we don't know what we're supposed to actually send towards the server. So in wrong tab, wrong browser. You can add to, but as you can see, it does not really generate much. So this is still Google API, so just some garbage going on, but it's not generating any traffic, at least not on the WebSocket, to the server. And looking at the HTTP history, that's all we got here. So not much to look at. And at this point, you can again try to do various tampering and attacks against WebSockets. I tried a bunch and or looked at a bunch, and nothing really seemed to fit this challenge. So again, reached out for a hint to Cairo. And again, thanks a lot for those gentle nudges on these free challenges. This was the last one I needed some guidance and getting into the right direction. Basically here, the solution is just to start looking at the client-side code. And you can check, well, this is the largest one. can't remember which one was it. So you just need to grind through basically all the JavaScript code and make sure that you check all the JavaScript here. Now, vendors main chunk and bundle.js are gonna turn up empty. If you go to the main chunk JavaScript one, just try to get some real estate here. If you start browsing through, you will see the code, and a part of it is something that generates the actual connection to the server-side application and renders all the client-side code. And eventually, I'm not even sure which part do we need to look at. So hopefully I will find it. If not, I will just search for it. Because it's one part that was just added to the code. I'm starting to feel like, no, there it is. So there's the to-do part. So this is the functionality that we saw. And in this function, you will see this constant variable, which is a base64 encoded string. And I try to select it. So I personally don't know any better solution for this. There might be something, but aside from just looking through the code and then using something like CyberChef to decode that string that you find there, and going to just submit this flag, check the results. There it is. Now, it is true that you will encounter especially today when single page applications or SPA type of applications are very common, and these frameworks that have a pretty heavy client-side code, it can happen that you will find secrets in the client-side code, not necessarily these obvious ones like we had here, but sometimes you will see API keys embedded there, client-side security checks without the matching server-side verification part. So it's pretty common. I kind of felt that this challenge was a bit artificial, but the lessons learned part is still real, and it's still a very, very important thing to remember. So this was all for challenge 14. Next two ones are definitely my favorite ones. So make sure that you watch those videos as well.